and welcome back. Sorry for the inconvenience. Of course, now we will be seeing Looking for Organization and Truancy and finally back. Starting on the first map, which now we will be seeing Looking for Organization, and we cannot wait for the match to begin.
I actually gotta go, so can we fucking start this? I gotta go visit my grandma.
Yes, we're
Can't wait to see how this game will play out. We have both teams are very confident in each other, as well as they have practiced a lot for this tournament, and I can't wait to see which team will come on top and which one put more dedication into trying to figure out, figure out their strategies for when they're going to start, how they're going to defend, how they're going to attack. Obviously, it was a little random, I think, how we decide who's attacking first, so it might cough a little bit off guard for Truancy and LFO. But of course, the ban will be gunning out first, and it will be Truancy banning on attack first, and that will be a capital ban, is what we now will see, which means that smokes and fire is going to be out of this question when it comes to using in this matchup, because it's going to make it a little bit harder for the attackers trying to go and plant for anything really, since Capital provides a lot of versatility when it comes to denying people from going into specific rotations or denying people to go into specific rotations, locations, whatever, and you're able to weed them out from thick and thin for whatever you really need to push them into line of sight. It's very, very and crucial that Capital is now gone with the match. Of course, IQ will be banned, of course, as well, and let's say LFO will be banning IQ as well as Valkyrie, which means that two intel heavy operators are going to be eliminated. Valkyrie being eliminated will make it a little bit more harder for the defenders to get intel onto the attackers, and of course, this means that the defenders might have to play a little bit more ear to ear, knowing when to peek out, when to have an engage onto a fight or anything in general, really, for when it comes to intelligence getting lost. It all comes down to game sense and game knowledge. Melusi, of course, will be our final ban, which will be Truancy banning them for themselves. And now that Melusi is gone, Melusi actually is very overpowered in the meta right now, as she is able to provide hearing. Okay, we're just playing it. Okay. As she's able to provide hearing for. Or she's able to provide hearing for when it comes to her gadget, because her gadget obviously makes it very slow for attackers to try and push in specific areas, which means you can make sure that the attackers are just sitting ducks in a barrel and just shoot them down instantly and very heavily. And it comes it's a very, very strong person to ban or play in general, because she's also a 3-speed with a nitro cell, which means she can just run at you, throw a nitro cell, and you will be eliminated from the entire game, and that will be so unfortunate for your team, or if you get lost into that matchup. Now, of course, we will be seeing LFO attacking first. Truancy will be on the defense, and it looks like they're going upstairs first, which is something that we usually, obviously, always expect when it comes to high-level play. And, looks like they have a pretty good, decent cost to defend this site a lot, and I can't wait to see how they will try and attack this situation. Now, when it comes to playing upstairs, it is very crucial in reinforcing as much as you can, because attackers can have so much line of sight into many different bomb sites, and this will make it very easy for the attackers to pick off defenders one by one, and hopefully and easily maintainably go inside of the objectives or inside of the building and take out a lot of players as well. Now, from the attack round just starting, we will see that, of course, Data Legion, the support player, will be there, making sure that he's able to have the rotation holds as much as he needs to have the versatility and utility scoring as well. And it's like we will be starting for an admin take, as no one is roaming instead of admin, preventing anyone from pushing into there. Jaeger will be playing into the admin entrance, though, is something that we will be seeing, but of course, no one is in the room itself. They will be heavily starting to drone everything out, droning up the Zofia up the main Visa stairs, and maybe getting a kill onto the Jaeger pushing inside the site. Looks like Jaeger and Zofia are going to become very close. Swiggle might be able to get a kill onto the Zofia if he's not careful, and of course, that is not what happens, as Ioha will be able to get the first kill of the round, taking that Swiggle, and that's going to make their Jaeger now eliminated. The Roamers now gone, of course, repack will be able to happen immediately after that by Tide, who takes out Ioha as well, as it looks like another engage is about to happen if he does a beautiful lineup. Of course, with two defenders, two attackers, with even players now up, it means that it provides a lot more careful for both teams, which means that they have a little bit more lack of players, and they have to play a little bit more carefully and steadily, which means they have some angles that they're not able to watch clearly as they really need to, because when it comes to playing upstairs, you need to know exactly where everyone is and where they're going to be coming from. Of course, looks like Nas will be getting shut down by Godville. Some shots will be exchanged on the Kite, and he gets immediately, except he's able to get the kill onto Costa, as Chroma actually kills him, making a 3v3, but of course, Chroma will get a double kill onto him, making it a 2v3, Cabo will get the refrag onto him, and that's going to make it 2v2 now, and very low in HP, which will make it a 1v1. The stream is very laggy, may I remind you. Truancy will be able to take round number 1. It's going at 4 frames per second. I'm sorry, I'm not able to see everything clearly and up to speed as you all are, but of course, Truancy looks like they are making it to the top, and they will be taking round number 1. And it looks like that would be one to try to rehost because ping is looking very bad right now. But of course, Visa played out. Truancy is trying not to complain because they just have the upper advantage to win the first round. Beautiful gunplay from Truancy, as well as they were able to push in, eliminate the hostiles as much as possible. And it was very, very well made as well. They're able to secure a round, or at least a point in this matchup so far. I don't know if we're rehosting or if we are going to play this out. I'm not really able to see the stream that well. It lags a little bit. I just want to let our producers know that as well. So just something there to let off. But of course, we will be seeing them now. I think going to defend onto basement, if I'm correct. Yes, I am. They're going to be going to basement now since they did win the upstairs. Truancy will now try and make their legendary for the basement. Now, of course, when it comes to the garage area of Consulate, Truancy knows how to hold it very well, as they have shown in the past. They are able to play to their advantage as well as with different players, different teams. And of course, something that we will be seeing is that we do not really usually see an ace being played on the attacking side. And that is something that is a little new to me, because usually ace is a very highly undeveloped character. I mean, in this meta, he's actually pretty strong right now, but usually we do see classic Thermite at least in this meta, because when it comes to ace, Thermite does have a lot of versatility. But of course, when it comes to having a being able to quickly breach something and get it open so we're able to have a line of sight and make a smoke plan or anything in that sort of situation, it comes very, very crucial when it comes to having a Thermite, since he's able to get, I think, the breach in less than a second. I mean, at least in 2.5 seconds, 1.5 seconds. And that is very crucial when it comes to attacking a site very quickly, very easily, and putting a lot of pressure on the board for the defending side. Now, it looks like the attackers, Godville and Ioha, will be trying to take out Admin first, clearing the roamers from upstairs as well as the downstairs, so they're able to take control of the piano room and hopefully get some shots inside of the garage. Since if you take control of the lobby into the printer room, you can have so much control over the entire map when it comes to the objective map, of course. And that is very crucial when it comes to low pushing the site. Of course, call it looks like it's going to be made, as Ioha is saying that there's a Legion sitting right at the table. Karima will be trying to hide from the Ash, of course. Looks like he's not getting too aggressive here, as Ash will try to go and push in, but of course a drop will happen. And it looks like becoming very aggressive here, as Godfrey might try to walk up on an enemy here if she is not careful. If he's not careful enough, of course Legion will be sitting inside of the bathroom, waiting for the next move of the Ash player. We do see that Ioha will try to push from Zulu, hopefully trying to make it so they can shoot some walls. Some shots will be exchanged, of course. It looks like some Chroma will get down by Godville, and that will make it a 5v4. Legion now eliminated. The lobby utility will be gone, but of course Swiggle's dead. The refrag immediately onto him, which Ioha will be able to get the refrag back as Pasta takes out Swiggle. 4v3 now, 2 players down on the board. 14 Truancy, not looking good for their early 1-point lead. And of course, we will start commencing taking upstairs of piano and hopefully getting off the electrical defenses. Now, the minute left on the clock, we do have plenty of time to try and communicate with our team, and it looks like we are getting a little bit aggressive here, which you do not need to be doing, as Blackbeard will now be eliminated and making it a 3v3. Noise will take out Dylan, and with a minute left on the clock, will be accentuated. Now, it looks like they do still have 2 C4s right now. They could easily C4 anyone starting upside of piano. But of course, it looks like they're just trying to play the long game, wait for the attackers to push. Of course, that is very smart. When it comes to defending, the main key of the word is defense. You need to wait for the attackers to push in and take advantage of their misconstruencies. Now, it looks like the attackers are trying to get a little bit more wary. They do still have their hard reach alive, so they are able to take any set that they really need to take. Of course, it looks like that the smoke hole will be flashed, as Noise might get down here. Some shots will be exchanged. Pasta will be able to take him out as well. Double kill for him in this match. And it looks like they were able to take control of the garage area. Using up on the clock, and Dad Legion will be able to get a kill into Pasta. And of course, gets refragged immediately by the ace. And that will make it all up to Tide to be able to sort everything out with the plant now. So only down 10 seconds on that clock. Shots will be exchanged, of course, making sure that they are not able to plant safely and securely. With 3 seconds on the clock, the diffuser will start going down. Some shots will be exchanged onto the planter himself. He gets it down. Lovia will survive with less than 25 HP. And of course, looks like Kai on full HP. Both of the attackers are on 24, very low. But of course, Kai will be able to get a nice flick onto Godville as he's trying to go and take a lot of damage. Actually, no damage in the process. Lovia is going to be the only one last onto the site. And he does have the time on the diffuser. There are only 30 seconds on the clock. He's trying to make a push. He knows exactly how to watch from a very tight angle. Right, Lovia will get a very deep angle sitting inside of the garage, take out Kai, and clutch out for his team. That will be another round. That will be a round for looking for Org. The challenger team themselves will be doing a comeback onto this team of, well, the academy team. Very well played from team LFO, being able to secure a round under their belt when it looked like times were not going so well for them. Now we're going to try to go for a retry here, of course, as Team Truancy will try to go downstairs into the garage again, hopefully being able to defend that site a little bit better since they weren't able to didn't get the point off of that objective. And it looks like we still are going to see the ace play, which is something that I did say, of course, earlier. And something that we do not see is actually a bandit being played. They apparently take notes of this. Looks like that Cade and Mute are much more versatile than when it comes to a bandit, since that I think Cade is able to cover more of the wall, of course, in a not a quick, I want to say a quicker amount of time, but I guess it's easier and faster since he's able to kill all of the electrical charges onto the 3 walls in a very short manner at the exact same time. With Bandit, he needs to wait for everyone to do so. Of course, Mute will be played, hopefully trying to deny a Twitch drone. I'm saying, of course, there is not Twitch drone being played. Of course, just to have that protection there for the Trick Stones, making sure that they are not able to push and immediately take out those electrical charges and take open that wall. It's super crucial to have that Mute jammer in there as well. Looks like we will see Jaeger playing pipes. Or at least a Jaeger ADS playing pipes, something that is not very common, I see a lot. But of course, it looks like that might be because someone might try to push from the back, get an easy frag grenade, maybe a repel, a hit off the wall on the stair, and repel that inside of into pipes. But of course, it looks like that is completely denied, and they will. Looks like that Team LFO is going to have a similar strategy, taking control of the upstairs before they do anything with that as well. Some shots will not be exchanged, of course, but it looks like we do have 2 roamers sitting upstairs, and we are going to be droning out of admin right now. Copy will be taken out. Of course, we do not see that there are any defenders sitting inside of those areas right now. Making sure that we know exactly where the defenders are is very crucial into pushing any objective. When you know where your opponents are, they're just like sitting ducks. As long as whoever doesn't mess up or choke, you're able to immediately eliminate them as soon as possible. And of course, God looks like he might be a little aggressive here as he peeks out into the hallway. And Primal might try to engage on him as well, knowing that an Ash did try to push onto those stairs. Actually, I'm wrong. Into the long desk area. He will not attempt to peek that as he makes sure that he is trying to stay alive as long as possible, as a defender should. Pushing inside of meeting will be the Ash. Some shots will be exchanged, and of course, Primal will got God will be able to pick up Primal. That will be one, but of course, the Jaeger is still there to be able to get the refrag if he's likely to do so. Now, of course, with very low HP, doesn't even matter. Circle will get eliminated as well. Double kill for Godville. Beautiful plays, eliminating both roamers immediately off the start. LFO looking very good for this matchup right now. Godville literally 2v1 right there, taking only about 74 damage, 70 damage, 78 damage right there. More or less than that, 70 damage. That Legion, of course, will be able to rearm the villain. No, that would be their buff eliminating, which means all the vertical play will be eliminated from constant. As I said, it's very crucial to have vertical play on constant, as I was mentioning earlier. But of course, some flash grenades will be stunned, will be played, of course. Minutes left on the clock, which means the attackers will have to be a little more aggressive, as they do have the player advantage, as well as Godville and their beautiful fragger, alive and well fed. The clock will say Night getting a kill onto Iowa, which will make it 3v3 and a beautiful kill as well. Lavia is trying to go and get a plant down, and of course it will commence as a 2v2 will initiate. Dodd will get a kill onto Dodd. Noise will get the refrag into the ace, and there for a kill onto Noise. Kai is going to be the last one again in this lineup. Some shots will be exchanging. Dodd will get a quadra for his team, looking for organization, being able to get a beautiful quadra there. And Godville, just being the main carry of this team, his back would need to see a chiropractor after this match. Beautiful gunplay that we did see from Godville as he's able to take out both of the roamers upstairs and then push down with his team very calmly, very collectively. And of course, the communication was very keyful in that situation, as we saw. Now, it looks like they will be trying to go office now since they did lose Garage again. And this is a site that they're able to succeed at least in the first round. So they might not have that much trouble when it comes to doing so again, but only time can tell what will happen in these turn of events. Now, when it comes to defending upstairs, you need to have a lot of roamers around the map, making sure to cover a lot of angles and letting the attackers know that you are the defenders dominating the map and letting them have no free space to move around or get any calls, any angles into the site, anything that could potentially help an attacker. The defender's job is to completely deny it. And that's exactly what they do when it comes to defending upstairs. Because once you have control of bathroom, of copy, of admin, they are not able to push in from anywhere, and they are stuck in one little situation. At least the attackers are not able to push anywhere. And if they are able to succeed, defenders are going to have a limited amount of movement anywhere around their map. And that's why a good defender is able to dominate all around the map, making sure that the attackers are not able to push and get some easy line of sight or easy sights in general onto the defenders and make sure that they are able to get them down. Now, of course, we will see a Blackbeard being played, something that we don't usually see in pro play, and this gives me that he is the villain, is just trying to go and hopefully help out his team, because his aim might be a little bit off today as he is going 0-3, so he might try to go and step it up, hopefully getting a frag or two with this strategy of going Blackbeard, or maybe he might have another idea, since we do see that reinforcements are, reinforced, like secondary reinforcement gadgets are now in the game. Of course, Blackbeard doesn't have to, but of course, we need to keep that in mind because the new update is very interesting on how they did add the secondary gadget onto a reinforcement breach now, a mini thermite charge, of course. And that we also do have to keep in mind that we do see Iowa trying to push off the Giza stairs. Shots will go out, learning his position, and of course he will try to back up as much as possible. Now, of course, we do see that there's a Mozzie being played, which means that drone was able to get taken, and well, get eliminated as well, and that intel will now be lost from their team. All they do have for intel is going to be their Mozzie and their default cams, which is not something you want to see, especially defending upstairs, knowing that you need to have a lot of calls when it comes to attacking these sites. Now, it looks like he might be trying to make some rotations for his team, or it was a misclick, because I don't know what that would really do for him. Of course, Kai is ready for Iowa to try to push in. He will get a beautiful headshot. Actually, no, it will be Kai, but of course, you know it's the one that's in the site. Kai is that has his back though, as he takes out Iowa. Pasta got lit up a lot as well, and he will be only a sliver of HP remaining onto him as well. 4v5, may I remind you guys, attackers are not looking so good. Some shots will be explained onto Noise, making him 74. Some shots, of course, will go down onto Sky as well. But first, one thing will be able to go into Noise, and the refrag will happen, at least an injure will happen, as LFO will start the diffuser, but of course, making sure that the defenders are not able to access or pull anything off of it. Some shots will be exchanged, and it looks like Bill will get a kill onto Legion, and a beautiful shot as well from him. So we get the refrag onto Pasta, making it a 3v3 situation. Gabo will start that plant. Of course, the plant will go down as they are, well, able to get the plant off. It's going to be off the Squiggle, Kai, and Crimo to hopefully be able to save this diffusal and also save the game as well. Now some shots will be gone out as it looks like Villain's finally doing some work. Double kill will be initiated. It's going to be all up to Kai on very low HP with a double kill for Lovia as well. And of course, he knows that his surroundings are very tight. Of course, Villain is going to make it 3-0 for him as he finished the round off with a triple kill, going 0-3 to 3-3. A beautiful turn of events for Villain as he switches to the Blackbeard, making sure to get those frags to their team and hopefully winning those matches as well. Okay. Now, with them not winning, be able to win upstairs, they will try that one more time since they're not people that give up that easily. LFO looks like they are trying to bring it back right now, as it is going to be 3-1. Looks like that Truancy's early advantage does not even matter, especially with their ping advantage does not even matter, as it looks like that team LFO is able to completely dominate the scoreboard, going 3-1, of course, and Godville being that main carry is just so incredible of how he's able to just push in the site, eliminate as much as roamers as possible, making sure the attackers do not have a chance the defenders do not have a chance of trying to eliminate a few attackers as picks. Getting picks, like I said in the beginning, when you have entry fragger or just roamers in general, roamers are like the entry fraggers on defense. If you're able to get a pick early in the round, it's a complete and utter disadvantage for whatever team just lost their player, because that could tell a game from winning or losing. Because when it comes to player advantage, if you guys think of it as, oh, we have even players, oh, we have it's 5-5, it's 4-4, it's 3-3, we're even players. When it comes to that, sure, it's even players, but it's going to make it much more difficult for you to defend or attack anything, because you're going to have less line of sight for your players to actually move around the map, less versatility as well, and it's going to make it very hard for you to communicate with your team, especially if you're not alive. When it comes to defending, it's a little bit different story, but of course, you need to keep in mind that players are important even if they aren't able to do anything, because callouts, communication, and just commitment and coordination is just super important when it comes to having a team player or just being a part of a team in general. Now, it looks like that Nomad, which will be Pasta, is going to start making sure the Nomads are already ready and set in case we do see some runouts going on. The Nomads will be able to deny those, and looks like planning it ahead is something that is very smart for, well, any attacker that should, well, try to push into a main site or know that there's a common runout. Now, of course, with 2 minutes left on that clock, the game just started, wasting a minute in the time, already pushing the building. It's not that there's a person sitting inside of Visa, and LFO might get a little bit trouble here, as they might get a double kill, which I think Chromo is sitting inside that site. He might try to make a peek out and get 1 kill, but of course, LFO will be able to falter to him, as Chromo will take out him. And of course, not knowing that Pasta is right on his tail, he will try to recuperate, reload, and hopefully try and get that double kill back onto him. Now, with the drone on his ready, he's able to know for his team and tell his team whether the attackers are trying to push in from where, from how, and from what they're trying to do next. And that's why Monty is a viable drone option, because when it comes to drones on attack or defense, you're able to have so much versatility of knowing exactly where attackers and defenders are. And of course, as I'm saying, it's possibly getting a kill as a Kaid, making an even score of 4-4. Godgo was able to follow that up with a noise kill, which means that Maestro is now eliminated from the map. They're not able to use anything, but of course, Carbon is able to get the return onto Godgo, making a double kill. 3v3 is now going to be situated. A minute is left on that clock, and it looks like there's some pretty good trades for only a minute of time. And they do have to try and push back and be a little bit more aggressive as time is running out. We do see that Chromo is going to be sitting inside of the break room, making sure that he's able to flank onto Idaho. I mean, not Idaho, being able to flank onto Pasta and get an easy frag out to him. Lovey is already in the site, apparently no one is even watching inside the B site, and he only being able to play him. Of course, Chromo is able to get triple point to Pasta, triple for him as well. May I remind you guys, we'll keep looking for the ace, as he will try to throw a nitro cell, if I'm correct. No, he will not. Yes, he will. Nope, run out, but of course, it looks like that Lovia is going to be ready for him. Villain's going to be there to get the kill onto Legion. And that's going to be Swiggle, the only last major defender alive, who has to try and go for a defusal. He does hear one, a flash grenade will go out. And of course, he's going to have to stick it or else he will lose his match. 4 seconds, 3 on that clock. Looks like Blackbeard will be trying to repel it in. Of course, he might have been able to get it. Some shots will be exchanged. Swiggle's going to be very low on HP. 11 seconds on the clock, and of course, it doesn't even matter, as Lovey will be able to take out Swiggle. LFO will win round number 5. For I think the 4-1 lead right now. Beautiful plays from LFO, have the great communication, and it looks like that Blackbeard switch really pays off for Villain, as he's able to get the first shots off and get a beautiful headshot onto any of his attackers, defenders that he needs to eliminate quickly and easily. It's really not looking good for Team LFO right now. I mean, yeah, for Team LFO, Truancy, my apologies. Truancy is faltering very low on their point score, since they are not, well, following through with anything. It looks like they have really bad communication when it comes to knowing where someone is pushing, where someone is going to be coming up, as the attacker is able to push in the site. As we did see, Lovey was able to go immediately push into that site and plant inside of the meeting room and get a beautiful plant off without anyone even stopping him. And of course, that led to pressure being made as Amazi tried to run out onto the balcony. Of course, Blackbeard was ready for him. Or not Blackbeard. I think it was going to be Lovia, actually. Yeah, Lovia was ready for him. And that is just something that is expected, as it looks like that Team LFO has so much communication that it doesn't even matter what Truancy usually does, because their coordination is on point. They have the intel that they need, and it just doesn't even matter as anything they try to do. Now, of course, we will be seeing Maestro being played, of course, again, so that we already see. Now, of course, Maestro on this objective is very important, especially on the garage, since you're able to put it down below and deny a lot of plants. So if the Maestro just plays safe and stays alive, he can potentially deny a lot of plants, as well as maybe get a few picks in general. And we just have to wait and see what exactly will go and happen, and how the defenders will try to turn the tables onto this fight. Now, it looks like we do see a little bit of roamers going on right now. Swiggle will be sitting inside of CEO, making sure that the attackers are not able to go through their usual clear roam. Their shots will be gone out, as Ioha is a little bit aggressive, or actually, it won't be Ioha, it'll be Villain, will be a little bit aggressive, possibly will be able to kill the first opening frag onto Swiggle, and it looks like that will be a pretty big advantage, as he now knows that, well, that player inside CEO is going to be eliminated. I'm pretty sure that Crimo was roaming upstairs in Advent as well. I'm not for certain, though. And it looks like they are taking as much control as possible. Of course, the ping will go out. And it looks like we do have 3 attackers collapsing on the defenders. Of course, looks like Crimo is going to be able to easily rotate back into the Visa stairs and maybe get a pick if he tries to as well. Apparently, not a headshot, as Crimo will take a bunch of damage in that process. Of course, it looks like that pasta is ready for him as he gets a double kill of the round. Might be looking for an ace here, but of course, only time can tell. There is going to be a minute and 20 rushing over the clock. They do have a hard breacher, but of course, it looks like they're just trying to go for the flank right now, as most of the defenders will be trying to focus on their front side, and the attackers are trying to put as much pressure from different angles as possible, and make sure that the defenders do not know exactly which way to look, where to cover, when what to look at, and where to, well, potentially stay behind. Villain will be able to get a kill into Kide, and that's going to be the 5-2. Looks like Maestro is going to be still alive, and of course he needs to try to make some action happen, or else he will not be able to make it for a team. LFO might try to go for a flawless here, but of course Noise will take the kill onto Nazo. He's not a 4v2. And then shots will be exchanged onto the beautiful Blacker player himself. Villain will falter to Legion, and that's going to be now 3v2 with the on the clock. They do have the diffuser still in hand. Drones will be spit out to make sure that the attackers have the next thing to do. But of course, with only 2 players left inside the site, it's going to be a little bit hard, and well, mark my words, apparently to make that 1 player left in the site, which will be Noise, as Iowa will get a beautiful burst of play, beautiful angle there, mind you, from upstairs inside of Pure to take him out. Lovia will start the plant, the hard support player himself. Iowa will try to recover here, as he's able to recover from yellow stairs. The shots will be exchanged off, just pre-firing into the mist, and of course, it doesn't even matter, as it looks like Lovia will be able to get the frag, or at least a defusal, my apologies, onto the board. And of course, Iowa will be able to finish it off with Noise getting a kill onto Iowa getting a kill onto Noise. And that's going to make LFO winning 5-1 right now. It looks like that they're wiping the board with Truancy, completely disgracing their name. And it looks like they should have paid more attention to school instead of going to Truancy. Now it looks like we will be seeing, I'm pretty sure, a switch going on as a villain. I mean, not villain, as it looks like that LFO will be on the defending side. Attacking side, of course, will be Team Truancy. Maybe it was just a bad game. Maybe Truancy is better on the attacking side. They have better communication, better visuals, better, maybe like everything, coordination. But of course, defending maybe might have not been their game. Now, it could be the same thing for Team LFO. But we just have to see what they choose to do first, as we do see the banner will be switching off to the Echo, which is a beautiful play, as he is not banned in this matchup. Echo is something that you usually see banned in ranked or counterplay a lot of the times. And of course, with him being viable, it's going to provide a lot of intel for the defending team to make sure that the attackers will be able to. Looks like we do see an early team kill going on. Godville will eliminate Iowa. That's going to be their Echo now, Ron. A move that I was just saying, it's going to be very important for that. Because now they have no intelligence onto what the attackers are going to be pushing from, and they do not have any plant denial to, well, think of. And that's going to put them at a very early disadvantage for Team LFO, as 15 seconds left on the clock, and they need to, well, prep phase is going to be end, as well as we need to keep in mind that it doesn't really matter that reinforcements are placed down, because with the new system of how reinforcements work, it doesn't matter who has reinforcements. The team now shares the reinforcements. So with an early play like that, all that was usually lost is the player himself and the utility. Iowa being a pretty good fragger on that team. Actually, he might be the second. Actually, he's the bottom fragger. My apologies, but he is the heavy support. And with him now eliminated, it's going to be very hard for the attackers to, the defenders to have any intel onto the attackers, pushing into any situation that they really need to push into, and that's going to cause a lot of problems later on in the round. Now, what we are seeing is that they might try to go for a copy take or something of this sort, like an admin, hopefully trying to push into the long desk and just attack everyone from there. Now, it looks like Nomad is trying to make sure a bait out of Peak and maybe get an early pickoff. But of course, some shots will be shot out. Lovey will get a nice shot onto Deletion. That's going to be one of their players down to Ace, making it even. Of course, Lovey will take a lot of damage in the process. They do not have a doc to be able to heal him up. And Thatcher is going to be played as well. Something that you don't really see when defending upstairs. But of course, he probably was just planning it to better be safe than sorry, especially in many matchups when it comes to defending against enemy players. But of course, within an even score, the defenders and attackers have the same amount of line of sight and the same amount of players. Of course, Levia is at a little bit of disadvantage there as he now, it looks like that they're trying to go for a Visa stair take. And of course, with that hatch open, they have to be really cautious of that. But of course, if they throw that out and make sure that no one's seeing inside of the admin room, they don't really have to be that careful of it, as we do know that as Jackal will be pushed into that site, which will be Chromo, and looking for anything that he can find, which will be some footprints, making sure to mark for his team, opponents, and make sure to mark enemies for his team, and hopefully get a very early pick. But of course, I mean, not early picks, but getting any picks in general. But of course, the thing that matters, Gabo will be able to kick a kill onto Swindle, making it now 4v3. Truancy is getting completely stomped across the board. Dominance is going for Team LFO with a bit left on the clock, and I think the diffuser is still in hand. All LFO has to do is just defend and make sure to hold the angles for the attackers trying to push in and ensure that they are not able to get a plant off instead of any objective. Now they know where some of the players are, so they now can adjust their strategy of how to defend and what angles to hold. Now, it looks like that Mozzie is running all the way to the hallway. He might get taken out here, but of course, I mean, you don't know where the attackers are right now. He might be sitting upstairs on top into a beautiful play situation. Now, of course, we are going to be seeing that Villain is going to be sitting inside of the connector room, making sure that Nova's going to be pushing in from the spiral area, and this is going to be very important when it comes to attacking this rotation hole sitting inside of meeting. Now, of course, with all the attackers now sitting in long desk, they will be trying to make their way into the site with Noise having a diffuser and 20 seconds on the clock. They do need to be a little bit more careful and a lot more courteous as they are not having their strikes. Of course, Monty's going to take out with an Understone. Of course, he will be taking one, and that will be that Jackal now eliminate, possibly going to go into Chromo, and it looks like it's going to make it a 2v2 situation. This even matters. Noise going to get 3-pack onto Pasta, and Kaida will fall through as well. Noise going to double kill. Will he be able to get the Quadra? He's able to pull it out, but of course, Villain is able to shut down onto him. Noise will be taken out. LFO will be able to win their 7th round, but of course, making it 6-1, completely slamming the attackers on that board, and it's very unfortunate for Team Truancy right now. Now, as I was saying, it was very, sorry, give me 1 second, I'm having some issues. My apologies, having a little bit of issues there. Okay, my apologies. Of course, with team with Team LFO winning that site upstairs, they would not be able to go and take on the challenge of going downstairs. And of course, a beautiful elite scan as we see with the Echo. That's what I love to see as well. And we are going to be seeing a lot of informational ops as Mirror and Echo are going to be played, which means that they will be able to have a lot of control sitting downstairs onto their objectives, since Mirror is able to provide a lot of kill hole potential and kill participation as well, as making sure that they can mark where the enemies are trying to push into. They can mark, oh, they're going to be coming in a situation, they're going to be able to go and get some early picks onto any fragments that they need to, and that is why Mirror is such a viable op, especially since when she first got released, she was very small in her hitbox, and she was and still is a 3 armor, which means that she's, and with a very fast firing gun, it's actually a very overpowered operator if you know how to play her correctly. Now it looks like they are going to be trying to hold from inside of security, making sure that anyone pushing from yellow stairs will be able to get shut down with a beautiful kill hole, as well as we are going to be seeing an Echo being played, making sure that he's going to have a lot of intel and letting the attackers not going to get an easy plan off that quickly. Now what we are going to be seeing, of course, is that a similar composition of the attackers, because usually what we see for the attackers is, of course, the Ace and the Thatcher. Exactly what they played last round. It's a little bit different as the guy's not going to be there in the roster. Some shots will be not changed. Of course, the shots will be free-fired, as we do see some Chromo trying to get a little bit aggressive there, as he will try to bait with the drone. and maybe lose that utility if he's not careful enough, or at least just like mindlessly throwing it in, trying to bait for a peeker, and hopefully getting the first pick of the round. But of course, the defenders are trying to play it very, very safe, and they will rotate back upstairs. And of course, they know exactly how to play the defending role. Wait for the attackers to try to push in and defend as much as you can. Delay the time from the attackers, making sure that they do not have any time to push into the site, to plant, to get any kills. It is very crucial for them to do anything in that score. Now, of course, we do see Zoffy going to be using her breach charges to try and make a flank on behind the enemy lines. And with 2 minutes left on the clock, they have plenty of time to do so. No deaths have been found left in the round. Of course, it looks like that Chroma will be them with him as well. Godville might try to hear these breach charges and might go for a rotation, as he still does have 2 impacts left remaining, and will not choose to use them on the hash and get a little line of sight downstairs into Visa. Looks like he's still trying to make sure that no one is attacking upstairs, but of course, with a minute left on the round, a minute and a half at least, he does not realize that he's wasting a lot of time sitting upstairs, but of course, it doesn't matter as he finally makes his move. Some shots will be chance. Gabo will get 1. Can he get the second? But no, doesn't even matter. Looks like that Kai is going to be there to get the refrag for his teammate, making it a 4v4. Of course, with a buck down, going to provide a little bit less of line of sight that they're able to have for the attackers. But of course, with that beautiful tracker down, it's going to make it a little bit challenging for the defenders to try their hardest to, well, push everything back out the site. So will get injured and, of course, get eliminated, as well as we do see Lovia getting a kill. And with a minute left on the clock, the attackers cannot be a little lazy now. They need to try to get a light of fire under their butts and try and push into the site and hopefully get a little bit more, well, careful what they see. Now, of course, pre-fire will be enabled from the attacking side, which will be Legion. And that was a beautiful headshot, as well as he was able to see a quick peek and get a beautiful pick off of, I want to say, Iowa. Actually, no, yeah, Iowa. And that was a beautiful shot indeed. Now, of course, with match point being here, 30 seconds left on the clock, the attackers need to try to push into the site, but of course, with pushing inside of that hallway is very dangerous, since they do have those holes on their legs. Of course, Kai will try to do so, and he will get injured by Lovia. It looks like the kill will be to get a refrag onto 1, which will be Legion. Will get a kill onto Possum. Of course, this will happen. Of course, it's going to be all up to Villa now. Shots will be exchanged, and it looks like it's not even going to make it happen, as it looks like both teams are potatoing right now. But of course, surprisingly, Villain is going to be able to sort it out with the final kill. Best, really good half, as everyone is showing good sportsmanship in the chat. And it looks like looking for Organization is able to take that first round. The Challenger team themselves are going 7-1 right now. Are they going to be able to go for a 14-1 right now? If they are going to play a little bit more wary, a little bit more careful. But of course, beautiful communication is what we saw from Team LFO. And I can't wait to see them happening in the next round. Look at that scoreboard, ladies and gentlemen. Very intense, and there's a very good play as well, and we cannot wait to see what will happen in the next round. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you in the next half. The intermission will be able to start. And that was such a welcome back. Thank you everyone for watching. Of course, the first half we did see that Looking for Org was able to completely dominate the opposition, as Truancy should have paid a little bit more attention in school. We did see that Godville was able to immediately take out a lot of the roamers and able to push out in many different objectives and eliminate, well, the early picks as he is supposed to, as he is the main entry fragger, secondary fragger, and it's super crucial for having those roles and eliminating a lot of the enemy players as much as possible to make sure that the attackers have a big advantage. And that's what was very important when LFO was looking on attack first. And that's how they were able to win most of their rounds, as they had beautiful communication, eliminating all the roamers around the site, have beautiful gunplay as well. And that is something that we did see, well, a lot from Team LFO. And this concludes into their victory. Now, when it comes to Team Truancy, they weren't able to keep it up and, well, defend really good on the first try. Their attacking skills were also not the best on that map. Of course, some maps some players are a little bit better in certain areas of maps because they know it a little bit better, they know how to defend a little bit better, and they have a little bit more, well, better strategies. And in that map, it looked like it was completely dominant by LFO, and that is something that is, well, very, very crucial when it comes to learning how to, well, being an organization. When it comes to Dark Star, we want the best. This is why we're competing. We want to see which team will be able to come out on top. And it looks like LFO is going to be able to find their organization and call it Dark Star eSports. And we are going to be very happy to be able to see them as well. And I think we will go on to a slight intermission before that game starts. But of course, I can't wait to see our next map. Will be on Clubhouse, and we just have to wait and see
no pregame
exactly what will happen. I don't see their stream.
Yo, whoever.
We're just waiting up a little bit because I'm not able to go and see the stream. Of course, stream will be starting up, and of course, next map will be sitting onto Clubhouse, and all we are doing is waiting for that match to start up.
I actually have to go beat my Shmee. Let's go.
Of course, the match will begin, and now we're just going to be waiting onto that. And of course, with Clubhouse starting off, it looks like possibly going to be plugging in his Twitch. Of course, we will be starting on bomb, attacking and defending first. Now, I did not really catch which teams are going to be on which side, because I am not able to find them out. I love this team. Very cool. All right, I'm able to go and find out exactly what is happening. I'm okay. I drank too much. I'm just joking. I'm sorry. Truancy will be on defending team. Thank you. I'm so sorry. Thank you so much. Defending team will be Truancy, and of course, attacking team will be on Looking for Org, and we will be seeing them start off with an attacking ban, as Maverick will be limited, and that's going to be very crucial when it comes to defending upstairs onto the side of CCTV, because when it comes to that objective, if they're able to take control of the entire reinforcement wall, they can go and push into the objective, take out those smokes, and immediately just start a plant and push in from many different angles. When it comes to the garage objective, or at least CCTV, there are 5 different angles that you can hold into one of the objectives and just have complete control of that entire site. And that makes it so much easier for the attackers to just push in, take control, and the defenders are going to be looking around the room, trying to see what they can do to defend against these attackers, and they need to play a little bit more smarter. Now, of course, LFO will win the attack, Truancy will win the defense. Let's see exactly how everything will be going off. IQ will be starting up. And I don't think I'm going to go and review everything again because I don't think I mentioned it. Maverick tricking is very important on this site, as we talked about. IQ is going to be very important if he goes underneath, but of course, since he's banned, she would have been able to go underneath and take out those banner charges from downstairs into the lounge, up into the CCTV room. With Maluzi being banned, it's going to be very, very much easier for the attackers, because Maluzi is such a stick in the mud when it comes to being able to to make sure that the attackers are able to get immediately eliminated or very quickly eliminated, since she's able to slow down, alert the defenders with a noise, and just immediately just take out any chance that the attackers have of trying to succeed around victory. And get this, her gadget is also bulletproof, which means that you need to waste a Zofia charge, ace charges, or you need to go up to a hammer, which allows the defenders to have plenty amount of time to push into the objective and just eliminate anyone that they need to, really. Now, of course, we will be seeing them go CCTV first. Usually the primary site that you see onto Clubhouse. And, well, of course, you need to see how they will be able to go and play everything out. Just right now, of course, everyone is just setting it up. And, of course, if we can look at the main speed room, if we look forward, the one that's a shotgun, the smoke is shotgunning right now. There's one right there. Back there is going to be that smoke. To the right is going to be a window, and to the left is going to be that main breach. Now, what we see there is what I'm trying to imply is that there are 4 different angles into that one CCTV room that the attackers are able to take control of and immediately just dominate that entire bomb site. The defenders need to work their way around the situation, maybe having some runouts coming in from Master, making sure that the attackers can get eliminated that way. But of course, defending upstairs in CCTV is going to be a very hard place, well, to defend just in general. Now, of course, with the Habana using some Habana pellets onto a non-reinforced area, the attackers might have a chance to just shoot it clean and take that out as well. And meanwhile, Idaho is going to try to push into the stocks room and try to get a frag onto a player that's, I think it's going to be the Wabai, which is Kai, sitting very closely into that room and hopefully trying to, well, get a lot of kills onto him, or at least delay the attackers as much as possible. But of course, Gabi will get the first kill of the match, a beautiful entry fragger himself. He's going to take out Crimo, the castle, and that's going to eliminate any utility that he had in general. And that's going to make it a little bit harder for the defenders to try and push out into many different objectives. And watching their flank is going to be very important when it comes to a lot of different defenders, but of course it doesn't even matter, as we are seeing that it looks like Idaho is going to take out the kill onto Kai. Shots will be exchanged because I'm going to get a kill, and it looks like they're completely dominating Truancy, as it might be able to get a flawless here. It might at least be the last one running in the site. It looks like Dylan's going to be taking shots off to him, and of course Godville's going to be pushing up the stairs very heavily, and of course it looks like a flawless round for the first attack onto Godville. That means that it looks like that looking for organization is going to be able to find their organization as they're completely dominating Truancy, and Godville is going to be their main fragger in this situation, as he's able to get the opening frag almost every game, I'm pretty sure. And it was such a beautiful performance that they got a flawless their first round, defending in a site that is not that easy to take control of if you're able to play it right, but it just goes to show that Team Truancy does not know how to communicate well with their team, and they are just able to. And they're getting completely tossed around the board right now, as it looks like Team Looking for Org has complete control over their scoreboard, over the match, and with that Monty being in existence, it's going to make it very easy for the attackers to get information of where the defenders are, to pre-fire, to know what to expect, and that's why Monty's such a key element into playing anything, because if he's able to be played in general, it causes a little bit of, it's like a thorn in your thigh if you have a Monty just having to defend against, because he's just always there. He's like an itch in your neck, you know, whatever you want to say, he's always there. It's just a pain to have him just around, because he is usually unkillable unless you get a lucky kill onto him from a nitro cell or anything in that sort of situation. And that just causes a lot of stress to the attacking side if you're not able to get a flank on him, or if not able to get a nitro cell kill onto him as well. Now, we will be seeing, looks like that Swiggle will be trying to roll upstairs in the ZZV, making sure that the attackers are not able to push into the garage that quickly. But of course, sitting onto that red stairs, he's going to make sure that the attackers are not able to push in from CCTV, like I just said, very easily. Or he'll use his sound to his advantage, making sure that he is able to, well, like I said, deny any part of potential for the attacker trying to push in very easily. Now, it looks like the attackers already have their situation set up. It looks like Zofia, which I think will be Idaho, is going to try to drone out first, as he put the breach charge already on that wall, making sure that he's about to breach there, and maybe exchange some gun effect to Swiggle. Monty will go in first, of course, of learning where the attackers' defenders are. And of course, Idaho is going to immediately go and push into CCTV, not knowing that there is the Swiggle behind them. Swiggle might be able to get a nice flank here. Probably getting the first kill into God, but that's going to be their fragger now eliminated. Swiggle's going to be showing off. Some shots will be exchanged, I think, but of course, a little bit of them will land, and Idaho will take a little bit of damage in the process. He will try to rotate down and get a kill onto Chromo, and that's going to make it a 4v4 even trade. Vigil will be now eliminated. I'm pretty sure there were 3 roamers off the site, and one of them is now gone. With that being said, it's going to make it a little bit hard for the defenders to defend, well, their main objective right now, as Mozzie's going to be getting cornered here by the Montage, and that's going to make it a little bit difficult for him, as he can rotate, and looks like Monty was able to get some picks off to the defender as well. Some shots were exchanged up him, of course none will land, as the leaders are getting some pre-firing through the wall. Toss up a bit of kill into Kai, and that's going to be their Mozzie down, as the Ace had some beautiful communication there from the Mozzie. This is what I'm saying. Mozzie is such a viable person, as he's able to get a lot of picks for his team and just stay there like a walking turtle. Now, he does not have the diffuser on him, as Pasta is going to be the one with the diffuser. which is going to be a little bit unfortunate since if you give the Monty the diffuser, it's going to make it very easier to plant and secure a point for their round. But of course, I don't know if they needed that personally, because they are completely dominating their board right now. Monty is going to distract and make sure that he knows exactly where the defenders are trying to go into. Cameron, of course, will be shot, and the defenders don't even know where they are, but of course it doesn't even matter, as it looks like that Noah's going to get killed into Pasta, and Pasta's going to get the refrag, or at least one's going to get the refrag. I'm going to go and say that's Lovia, is going to get the refrag onto him. Haban's going to get killed off right there, and of course that's going to be for Dad's Legion. Monty is going to be covering the door, making sure that the Ioha is going to be able to get a plant off that as well. It looks like that Swinkle might try to go for a rotate, but of course he's not. Still staying inside the garage, and this late in the round, very unfortunate for him, as he did not know where all the attackers are. Shots will be exchanged. Of course, Ioha will not be able to take any damage in the process of that. And of course, Swinkle is going to find his way back on the site. Diffuser is found, and it looks like that he will be trying to go for the attacker first. Now, of course, with him sitting onto the vertical play, they're going to be a little bit more wary of their surroundings and try not to be aggressive. Actually, they're completely ignoring my instructions. They're being super aggressive onto that diffuser. Of course, Ioha will be able to kill from it, as Easy is going to fall to him. Some shots will be exchanged as Ioha is taking a lot of damage in the process. Of course, they can't even deal with two people at once as he gets sandwiched in. It doesn't even matter. He's in a rock, stuck in a hard place. Dylan's going to be able to finish it off. Jaeger is going to fall down. And team looking for Org is going to take their second point in the round, looking for a flawless. Now, with them winning all of these, with them losing all these defender rounds, they are able to go anywhere they really want to. Of course, they thought that they defended Church a little bit better than CCTV, as they were able to get flawless the first round, so they will be trying to do that again. But of course, I think something that really was faulty about that last round was that there was 3 roamers off the site. No one was defending the downstairs, and that was able to make sure that the attackers could push and take out the roamers first. And then, because of this, they were able to smoothly push into the site and have a plant on that. Especially with Monty watching that, it means that they are able to have a smooth landing of winning a point for their team, because if Monty all has to do is just stay in a corner and then not move at all and just look at the defenders, taunting them with his eyes, waiting for them to try and stop the defusal, and then just immediately killing them right in front of their family. And this is something that is very, very important when it comes to attacking any objective. Of course, Villain is going with a beautiful support pick, still going Monty's thing, and he's winning those frags for his team. Ioha and Lovia is able to get those kills off of his intel, and this is why Monty becomes such an important piece in the chessboard. Now, light reinforcement, of course, will go out, but of course doesn't matter. Since they do have a Havana and Ace, they're able to, well, get both 2 objectives at the same time, as they might try and get dirt and then into the kitchen hatch at the same time. So they're able to put a lot of pressure on the board on the attacking objective. And it looks like that Lovia is going to try to make his way inside of the main hall and hopefully get a kill or get the get the kitchen hatch opened up clearly. Now, apparently we do see a charge went off, an explosion at least. I have no idea what that was. It could have been a Zofia charge, I'm pretty sure, maybe coming to CCTV, and I was correct, as he will try and make that push into that objective, or at least in that site. They do have a rotation, so they're trying to take control, or defend cash very quickly to make sure that the attackers have no advantage of pushing out. But of course, it doesn't matter. Swickle is able to get fallen down to Ioho, and that's going to be a first pick for their team. Shots will be chased. Kaido will be able to get the kill on the refrag on the dot. It's going to be their fragger now eliminated. Legion is in a hard place right now, as he can take a lot of damage in the process. And of course, eventually falling to Ioho. And Pasta, what is even happening right now? It looks like that Team Blue, or LFO, is just completely dominating their scoreboard, 4-2 right now. Some shots will be exchanged onto Ioho. I'm not sure if it was from a Legion or if it was just from some shots. I'm pretty sure it was a Legion. It was, if I am being correct. Monty was trying to push down into the blue hallway. And with 2 players on the defending side, it's going to be very hard for them to try to deny 4 attackers who are completely dominating their scoreboard. Of course, most of the idiots can be burned. Most of it might be planted. Of course, Smoke will throw his smoke grenade and deny the Monty from trying to make any advancements into the objective. A minute left on the clock, and the attackers do need to play a little bit more aggressively, as they need to make sure that they have that fan down. Lovia has the diffuser, and he is always still upstairs on the site. Of course, it does look like that Ioha doesn't even matter. Ioha is getting pushed to the site. Still the Monty get a triple kill. Smoke is going to take a lot of damage in the process. It doesn't matter. Possibly gets to go on to Noise. Blue will be able to win that 3rd round. It looks like LFO is winning 3-0 right now. flawlessly. Just like the Mongolians taking over the entirety of Asia, they're able to fall. They're able to completely conquer and dominate their opposition of Truancy. And this just goes to show that LFO is so much more experienced, so much more communicative than the opposite team, since they are able to pick up so much more frags when it comes to Villain being the main support of their team. And it just goes to show how great support in Monty and just communication in general really is. But of course, it looks like that Pasta is leaving in the game. I don't know if he's able to connect back. So we might call for a rehost. He said, don't worry about it. He's going to be able to rejoin. And, well, with that, it's going to make it a 45 on the last second. Very unfortunate. I don't think that he was able to get in time. Of course, he does have to load in. Oh, my God. What is this? He was able to get in at the last second. Zero will be able to play with TK. Zero will be able to go and get played in. If they TK, that's going to be a disadvantage. Oh, yeah, it's Zero. Oh, that's right. It's Zero. They have to TK because of the advantage. They have to TK because of the player. Damn, that really sucks. But of course, it's going to make it a 4v5 situation now. TK will commence once that round starts up. And of course, with the defenders not having any success on any of the other objectives, they will try to go for the tertiary site, which will be sitting upstairs in Master and Gym. And this is something that we usually see at the last priority when all hope is lost. It's not because it's an easy site, but it's because it's the last site that you usually want to go to. And since they are having no luck on any other objectives, they are going to be trying to push this objective as quickly as possible, or defend this objective as quickly as possible, since it is one of the smaller objectives that you don't really have to watch for a lot of coverage. And this is probably something that Team Truancy needs to be able to hold their objectives. And they do play a pretty okay onto defending. Honestly, statistics don't show this as they are able to get right now. I want to say that it is 10-0 right now. 10-1 the scoreboard. So their defense is not that good. Their offense is not that good either. Honestly, it looks like that team looking for work is just able to completely dominate them. We can see if since they are going inside a master, if this will change anything and potentially make them get a point on the board. But of course, it looks like that Godville is already on the rafters and already in trying to push into CCTV, take control of that construction site. They're wasting no time in trying to do this at all, and this is going to become very important. Give me one more second. Anyway, my apologies. Sorry, something happened. Of course, I did with the early TK. It's going to bring an early disadvantage for the attacking side of, well, looking for work. But the question is, does it even matter? Do they even need extra player or Pasta to even be in existence to win this objective? Now, of course, it looks like Villain's going to try to make some advancements and hopefully try to call out some players from sitting inside of the site. He tries to make a swing around. Looks like they have an echo to deny that Monty. And I did not even realize that in the first start. But of course, Godville and Lovia is able to get the double kill instantly off them. Echo is going to be still alive though in case he's trying to go get that Monty played off. But of course, it doesn't even matter. Pasta doesn't even have to be alive. It looks like that's a 4v3. And of course, it's going to about to make it maybe even more less than that. As a beautiful shot from Godville will get a double kill onto Noise. Iowa will be able to fall though, as I think my dad Legion will get a kill onto him. Since he is Zofia, he's able to rest himself, but of course he's getting rest by his teammate right now. Minute 23 signal of the clock, and it looks like that Godville will be at the triple onto Legion. Doesn't even matter. He gets the quad as well. Swiggle will fall, and it looks like that looking for org is just completely smearing all of their presence onto Truancy, not letting them get a single point, no dignity at all for their organization of Truancy, and they're just getting completely wiped off the face of the earth as it looks like they're going 4-0. Might go for a flawless win here for the second map. Might not even have to go to Villa. And this is not looking good for Team Truancy. Now, of course, nothing is impossible. Truancy might be able to make a refrag take. It's going to be a little hard with that Monty being played, as he's doing such a great job of providing that information for his teammates and getting those kills. And it's so important that he's able to do so, as well as they did have the TK last round. And of course, the player's advantage doesn't even matter. Obviously, we do see that there's so much communication on the side of looking for org that they're just able to dominate their complete opposition. And this just goes to show how amazing their team comp is, how great their coordination is, their communication is. And, well, all we need to see now is if they are able to keep this up and potentially flawlessly 7-0 Team Truancy right now. Not looking good. And, well, let's just see what everything happens. Godville is going to be the main fragger, of course. Right now, actually, will be Ioha. Godville and Ioha are the main fraggers right now. I think Godville is going to be the main entry fragger. Ioha, like he says, going to be that secondary fragger as we usually see. And of course, their roles play exactly how they say it, as they are getting those frags, getting those picks immediately into the round, making sure that the attackers always start off with a 5v4 situation. And this is just something that is so crucial when it comes to well, playing in any objective or any site. Because, like I said again, entry fraggers are one of the main reasons why some teams do so well. If you have a good entry fragger, you're able to, well, get an earliest advantage onto the defending side or attacking side, depending on what side you're on. Of course, defending when it comes to roamers are usually the entry fraggers for defending side, and entry fraggers are, well, entry fraggers for attacking. And it just depends on everything you see, of course. I don't think Maestro's going to be in a weird position right now. Actually, that will be Alibi. It doesn't even matter. Bill's going to be able to solo kill himself. It's not even a threat for Team looking for orb right now, as it looks like Godville is going to be able to get a kill onto another one as well, which I think is going to be My Dad Legion. Noise going to get the refrag though, another kill onto Pasta. That's going to be one of the first kills of the game. I mean, not of the game, it's going to be one of the kills that looks like that Truancy is trying to make a comeback here, as Chromo's going to be able to kill Godville, but of course, Ioha's there to have his back. Nobody's going to get a refrag, and it's going to make it a strong advantage for the attacking team. Looks like that Kaido was trying to get a kill, but of course it doesn't even matter. Ioha's just there. The stream is very laggy. I can't really see who kills who, but of course it doesn't even matter. Ioha's just there for his team, knows exactly where to make the call, exactly where to have the gunplay. And of course, we'll be able to smoothly and victoriously win that round and move on to round 6, where they will finally have to win their last point before the switch. It looks like that Team LFO does not even break a sweat when versing against Team Truancy, as they are completely calm, completely connected, and completely determined to destroy this team, go into Team Darkstar eSports, go into their organization, and that's going to be their new org. Instead of naming themselves looking for org, they're going to be a part of the Darkstar universe, and we are going to be so happy to have them as well, as it's not even a threat for them to go against Truancy, as I mentioned before. This will be the final point of the match, where before the switch off, as Truancy will have to try and defend this last objective before they start attacking against Team looking for org. And once we see that, maybe something might click. Maybe they might be able to pull something off, but of course, we don't really see that just yet. Then we just have to wait and see exactly what will happen and what will, well, how they defend their objectives. And of course, with that, the round will commence and the action phase will start. And it looks like that Godville is just trying to do a little quirky before the game starts. And of course, with Lovia being how he is, wasting no time to try and win this game for his team. He's tired, he's hungry, he has a lot of things he wants to do. And of course, it looks like Noah's trying to go get a run out onto him, but of course, Lovia was there ready for him. Doesn't even matter. Not even a sweat for him. Bruh in the chat, as Noah immediately falters the truth to Lovia, one of the support players. Very unfortunate for him. And Monty's already on the rafters with Iowa already behind him, looking for an easy take. Godville doesn't even waste time as he pushes into the objective, or at least into the building, to take a kill on the Sprinkle, one of the roamers. But Ederson will be thrown, but it doesn't even matter as it wastes the utility since the villain is so low in HP, but it would not cause him to fall. But of course, there will be a refrag for 1, 2 in fact, but of course Love is there to make it a little more even. Legion will be to get another kill onto him, which will be the Monty now down villain. He's going to be alive again, and it looks like that Love is trying to push into the objective. We'll get Capcan. Some shots will be exchanged. Doesn't even matter as Bandit is able to get a nice shot onto him. Actually, no, will be tied. Looking through a rotation, and Pasta is going to be the last one remaining alive. A minute 45 on that clock, and he needs to get that diffuser. Now, of course, with him looking in, the Bandits know exactly where these objectives are. 3 frames a second. Can't really see what's going on. Doesn't matter. Looks like that Team Truancy is finally able to get their first round of the match, and this is gonna make it maybe a something clicked and something will try to come back into their situation because, of course, they really need their help. Maybe defending might be a little bit more, attacking might be a little easier for them since they will be going very toxic. As we do see a blitz already locked in from Noise. Wow. Maybe we might see a double shield play here. Of course, looks like they are trying to just play for the win. Monty, of course, will be exchanged, and it looks like that we are going to see a smoke, something that we probably should have seen when they were attacking the entire time because they are able to have, well, a lot of denial when it comes to the attackers, or especially Monty trying to push into that objective. And that's just going to be very, very a difficult challenge for that Monty to avoid the smoke, because if you're able to trap him in a corner or something, smoke is very important for keeping his smokes to the last second with that plant. If he's in a corner, you're just able to throw a smoke at him, and then he is just going to have to seclude to the gas. Well, it looks like that everyone's just sitting up right now. They will be attacking. They will be defending upstairs in TV. They're usually the primary site that people usually go to. And this is something that, well, is not that interchangeable. Usually people just defend this, get this site out of the way, then go basement. And the tertiary site, of course, will be the master bedroom. If they do have trouble, which I don't really think they will, of defending the DDTV site, they will probably go to the basement next. If they win it, they have to go to the basement next. Because they go to the site twice. And I'm very excited to see how team, my apologies, I am a little tired myself, honestly. It's pretty late. But, we're just putting it on. My apologies. Okay, so this will be a nice kill with the Godville, being a little bit more aggressive than usual, as he's getting a little bit more cocky than he needs to. Tide will take a little damage in the process. Of course, Lovia is going to do as well, and doesn't look good for the start of the round for Team LFO, as they are getting shut down instantly by the Team Truancy. Look at that Truancy, all they needed was a little bit of spring in their step, as they were able to get that refract back onto them. And of course, taking out that utility with the Monty is very useful, especially since they are not able to eliminate him that easily. And of course, with that intel that he gets, he is able to have so much of an pressure and so much more of a commitment when it comes to helping his team get kills. Just like we saw in the last round, it's just super, super important for him to just pull through and annoy the crap out of the defenders. And of course, they are able to get that wall open. They do mark that as a shield is there. Ace might try to go and get some sort of this. They do not have a Zofia. Actually, no, they do not to be able to get any of that. Of course, since Ace is alive and everyone alive on Truancy, they might try to use his gadget to take out that shield to make sure that they can eliminate him as quickly as possible. But of course, since there's no one, or maybe someone watching inside the garage, they will be trying to push that in that situation, or at least in that place right now. Noise is so far pushed in, doesn't even matter. Iowa is going to get one kill into Dilution, but of course Kai will start the diffuser right now, and of course watching very steadily will be, well, looks like a lot of the diffuser got lost. My apologies. Some shots are being exchanged. Chromo will be able to get a kill, but of course he will get double kill, but the refrag immediately by Iowa, and that's going to be Chromo down now. It's going to make it 2v2 right in the plant now, going down. Monty's still alive. Of course, Havana will try to get off the plant. Some shots will be exchanged, and the Monty is now going to be eliminated, so they might try to sandwich Havana. Of course, they are able to do so, as the plant will be down, but it doesn't even matter. Pasta is there to get that refrag, that refrag, and the defusal, and that will make Team LFO win round number 7 and take 6-1 right now. All they have to do is win this final round, and they will make it a part of Dark Star eSports. The thing that they are striving for, the thing that they are determined to succeed in, is what they are trying to accomplish, and they are doing a beautiful job of doing so. Going right now, I would like to say 13-1, where all they have to do is win one more game, and they will go 14-1, just like I said. Or 14-2, my apologies. But of course, we do see that one of their players have disconnected, and I don't think they were able to join back into, well, the objective. Back in time to play into the match. I think actually he was, because of course R6 tracker, not 6 tracker. Pick ban or R6 ban, six pick. Oh my god, hello. 6 pick is able to be a part of the match, and because of this, he is able to have a little bit more extra time to finally load into the game. Of course, we'll make it still even 5-5. Clash, of course, will be playing something you never see ever, but of course, Clash, you can think of her as a Monty on defense, something that is also very known to deal with, except she actually can annoy you even more than Monty, since she is able to do everything that Monty can do, except slow you and slightly tickle you until you die, which is something that is very fun to imagine. But when you're going against a Clash, it becomes very, very annoying. And this is something that we might see when they're playing, well, in a matchup later in the round. Now, of course, they do have only one hard breacher, which will be the Havana, which means they might not try to go for that dirt plate. They might only go for that kitchen hash. Now, of course, if they do want to try to go for their dirt plate, it might be a little bit more, a little harder for them to, well, use all their utility onto one plays, of course. It'll be a little inconvenient for the Havana, since she only has 3 things and it takes a little while for them to detonate. But of course, since they do not have actually any electrical denial, it's going to be very easy for the attackers to take control of the upstairs if they have no roamers, and will break open as much as they really need to of hatches or dirt themselves. Now it looks like they are automatically just already pushing inside of the blue room, pushing down the blue stairs, and it looks like Kai is going to try to drone out, maybe with his Ayana, but of course, it doesn't even matter. Ioha's going to get the first frag onto Crime, but that's going to be their Capitao now eliminated. Smokes are gone, flashes are gone, and as well as flames are gone. This makes it so unfortunate for Team Truancy, as they are not even able to recover or get a chance. Ayana's going to try to push in with her gadget, making sure it's clear, and of course, looks like that some shots will be exchanged onto Swiggles, and of course, those shots will do a little bit of damage to him as well, and it looks like the Monty is just trying to annoy the visual the Jaeger right now, making sure that he's not able to do anything to his advantage or anything that can help for his defending team. Dodgeball will apparently take some damage in the process, I'm not sure from what, and Monty is just there to be a nuisance sitting inside of the blue room, making sure that the defenders are always focused on him and allowing his attackers to be able to push around and, well, get some kills onto a lot of things. What just happened? Looks like that Truancy tried to make a push inside of the site, and of course 4 of them will fall in the span of 2 seconds. It's a massacre right now, but of course it looks like that My Dad's Legion is going to be the first kill onto Dodgeville, and of course some shots will be exchanged. Legion is going to be half HP, and it's not looking good for Truancy, as they might lose this round. Flash is approaching him as well. Shots are being exchanged. It's very unfortunate that Truancy is about to fall to this team. With a minute left on the clock, he's going to try and make a little bit more rotation, hopefully, making sure that he might try to clutch it for his team. Now, of course, some shots are being exchanged onto the Clash. He's going to do a cheeky Clash play probably, since it is going to be only 4 minutes left on the clock. He can just pre-fire a little bit. He is very low on HP though, as he did get tagged up a little bit. Shots will be exchanged, doesn't even matter. Pasta's going to be able to get that kill onto that Legion. That's going to be team looking forward, making it to the finals, or not even making it to the finals, able to qualify to join Darkstar eSports, and that is something that we are able to say. I mean, beautiful gunplay, beautiful roaming. Everything was just so perfect when it came to defending from, well, just anything really. And it's so important that, it was so crucial. I'm sorry. We're trying to get some difficulties, or we're having not difficulties, but we're trying to do stuff in Discord. My apologies. Wait, I'm calling, by the way. It's very important. It was very good gunplay that we did see in that match, and it was so amazing to be able to capture that, as we did see that looking forward, they're going to completely dominate the opposition, and Team Truancy was just not able to pull their weight, or just able to do much of anything, as Monty was a very big nuisance as well when it came to defending in the final round of Clubhouse, and that's just something that is very, very important when it comes to playing a multiplayer later, because making sure that you have your fraggers to get those kills and eliminate a lot of the opposition before the defenders are able to get a refire onto that as well. If you want to follow us, I think that's gonna be the game, the final. That's gonna be the game of our. Darkstar Esports will now be looking for org into their home or into their opening arms, and we're very happy to have them as well. I do want to say that we do have sponsors, by the way. These sponsors use code DarkstarGG on Mixed Energy, Rogue Energy, OP Seats, GG bracelets as well. And use code DarkstarGG. That's DARKST ARGG on all of those promotions. All of those things if you want to use them. Rogue Energy, Mixed Energy, OPCs, and GG bracelets. Please use our code if you would. I would really recommend it, and it's such a great help for us and for our organization. But of course, with that match being said, we will now be seeing Looking for Org become in our organization. Darkstar Esports is going to be able to have their Challenger League onto us as well, and we are so happy to be able to have that. If you would like to follow me personally on Twitter, you can follow me at @banjaxt. That's at capital BANJAXED capital T. If you want to follow darkstar.gg, it's the Darkstar Esports, the thing that we are casting over, of course, you know it. It's at darkstar.gg, capital D, capital S, capital GG for dot. And we're so happy that you're able to join us. Glad that you guys were able to enjoy the stream. I can't wait to work with Looking for Org in a future. Truancy did pull up a good fight, but of course in the end they were able to get 14-2 or 14-3. I'm pretty sure it's 14-2 though, and that was a little unfortunate for them. But of course, Looking for Org, we are welcome to have you, and we can't wait to start you in the next season. Thank you so much. Please join our Discord as well. It'll be in the bio. I think we'll have the links in the description, or not in the description. We'll have the links onto the board on the Twitch. So if you want to go and join our Discord, we would love to have you guys. Thank you so much. And, well, we'll see you later. Thank you for watching this stream.